Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
Wake your ass up, fool. Johnjay and Rich. What's crack-a-lackin'? This is the big boss dog, Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. Bang, boom, what you gonna do? Johnjay and Rich. We're not talking about Ren 1010. We're not talking about Lassie. It's the one and only dog, y'all. The classy, sassy, big Snoop Deagle Double Jizzle. In your face to be and in the place to be. And you're listening to Johnjay and Rich. Wake your ass up.
Johnjay and Rich. Our phone number is 877-937-1047. Website, johnjayrich.com, but don't go to the website. It doesn't look very good.
What?
We were talking about it yesterday. Rich and I were going on and going, boy, our website looks like a disaster.
It seems like nobody's visited it to change it up in several years now.
Let's just go to our Instagram.
So just go to our Instagram, go to our social media, everything that's at Johnjay and Rich. You can also text us, text JJR, whatever you want to say, to the number 96893. I had something kind of cool happen this morning. I'm going to, so our coffee machine here at work, we have two coffee machines. The last couple days, they've either both been broken or one's been broken, and then they ran out of espresso, right? So I usually have like a cup of coffee with maybe an espresso shot. So this morning I thought, remember I used to go to Starbucks all the time in the morning before I go. And they used to open at 3:30 in the morning, and then they moved to 6 in the morning, and then there's no consistency when they open. So I was driving by this morning, and I went through the drive-thru, and it looked like they were open. And I pull up, and there's the, it says order here, and it's like, welcome to Starbucks. I take your order. I was like, yeah, you guys are open. Yeah. And he goes, yeah, we open at 4 now. I'm like, okay, great. So I order my drink, and then I realized that I went to the app, because my wife told me to always pay on the app instead of a cash or credit card. So I go to the app, and I was like, hey, I'm just wondering how many points do I have? And he goes, looks like you got enough for this free coffee.
Hey, now.
Like, bam.
Hey, now.
So I was like, I got a free coffee. It's kind of weird because it's like I know I earned the points because I bought enough to get free coffee.
Yeah.
But there's something about the free coffee that's like, it's a great way to start the day.
It's pretty exciting. Because if you weren't doing the points, you would have still bought the same amount of coffee and not had a free coffee.
Yeah, that's very nice of Starbucks. And then the guy, if you remember, if you don't know, many, many years ago, there was a guy that always had bedhead, and he was always disheveled, and I started talking about him on the air, and his name was Bedhead. This guy had a wonderful smile. He seemed so positive. Like, it was just like positive rays of sunshine all around.
He's probably jacked up on caffeine.
It's my first day. It's my first day. I don't know if I'm going to bring this back into a daily routine.
Oh, you will.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I
happening.
think you had such a great experience that it's definitely going to be a part of your
And
routine.
I'm glad you said that, because I had a great experience. It makes me want to go back. That's how important it is if you're in the service world. That's why when you call here on our show and Nick answers the phone, you will always get, good morning, it's a great day at Johnjay and Rich.
And when you become a Johnjay and Rich Rewards member, the points just keep on getting you more things.
We need that.
We do.
Every place I go, they ask me if I'm a rewards member now. I'm like, can I just not shop for stuff?
We launched a new podcast last week on Sunday. It's a couples podcast. And the first couple that hosted it was Rich and Stacy, newlyweds, been married for 2 years, and they got into it. And I mean, they didn't get into it, but they got into a relationship, and there's been a lot of positive feedback on that couples podcast. And it drops every Sunday at 10. The first couple, Rich and Stacy. And you can still, you go to wherever you get podcasts, you go to Johnjay and Rich On Demand, you can hear that podcast. Well, the next podcast that drops this Sunday is Peyton and her boyfriend, Kadeem. How was that?
It was fun. We actually ended up coming back into the studio kind of in the middle of the day. And it was nice. We ended up going to lunch before and just kind of debriefed what we were going to talk about, because I've never sat in front of a microphone with just him or really just anyone and kind of had to lead a podcast. So that was a new experience for me. And it was fun because my boyfriend Kadeem, he's a very quiet guy. He doesn't talk a lot. I think further into the podcast, he was getting a little bit more comfortable. I'd asked him early on, I was like, why are you being so awkward? He's like, because it's not just you and me. And I'm like, it is just you and me, but it really isn't. You know what I mean?
I think that's why I like a lot of podcasters sit on couches or get physically comfortable, because then it opens you up to be more comfortable sounding and reveal more, I think.
Totally. I think so too. And one of the first things that we talked about, we actually had talked about Rich and Stacy, because they did get to do the first podcast. And so I had listened to it, and Rich is just such a pro. And so I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, I feel like I need to live up to Rich and Stacey. So this is kind of what we talked about going into the podcast with them.
There's a clip of the podcast up here.
Let me introduce you to the audience. So, Stacey, for those who don't know, I know we've talked about it on this show before, but you have your...
This is the first
correct me if
podcast.
I'm wrong. You have your English masters with an emphasis in writing.
No, that's wrong.
Your favorite color is periwinkle.
That is not true.
Your favorite car is a Honda Accord.
No, it's not.
What is your favorite car?
Why are you saying these things? You know what my favorite car is.
So that's from the first podcast with Rich and Stacey. So the new podcast that comes out this Sunday, trying to find a clip right here, trying to find a clip. And you find it?
No.
Rich's page is different than mine.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't be the first time we've had computer problems.
Also, guys, if you want to see what this looks like behind the scenes, you can go to youtube.com and visit the John Jay and Rich page and see what it looks like.
Are you live on YouTube right now?
What?
Are you live on YouTube right now?
No, we're not live, but it'll be up later.
It'll be up later.
Yeah.
This whole fiasco.
Yeah, you'll just see everybody just kind of staring at each other like, what's going on?
I got my new glasses on. I can see things that I don't see. It's up. It's up. It just went up.
Wait. Before you play the clip, though. But Peyton, are you hot right now?
I'm all flustered right now, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
And I started off saying, what a great day things are going to be.
It's still going to be a great day. There's a reason this happened.
Right.
You're
Well-
looking at this all, and there is a reason it happened just this way.
So one of the things, that, if you don't know, we do have a YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube and search John Jay and Rich, follow our channel. You can see all the stuff. Grant posts behind stuff.
If you go to YouTube or if you go to Facebook or a few other places, you can see the whole live show right after it happens, pretty much. So like 9:45, check it out.
So this will be a hoot.
This will be a real hoot.
All right, so here's Peyton and Kadeem, a clip from the podcast that drops this Sunday.
Rich and Stacey had part 1 of this podcast, the first one, and rookie mistake, agreeing for going second because I feel so awkward. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't do this.
Yeah, what are we supposed to do?
I don't know.
Dude, this is what I expect.
Of it.
How long is the podcast?
It's like 48 minutes.
Oh, dang.
Okay, so it picks up. There's like you guys.
But that was like seriously like the discomfort like in the very beginning. And it's like you hear Rich and Stacey and they're just professionals over here. So bear with me and Kadeem. It gets fun. We get into some fun relationship stuff. We get into the marriage questions, engagement questions, how we met. So
It sounds to me like you're talking to Kendrick Lamar.
I mean, that was a majority because he, like I said, he's a man of few words.
Yeah, well, that's what I expect because when we go out with you, it's you chatting away, and Kadeem every now and then will pop in with he's like, you're hype.
Is it 38 minutes of Peyton and 4 minutes of Kadeem?
No, he gets into some fun stuff.
Okay. That's our couples podcast that drops this Sunday. So find John Jay and Rich on demand and you can listen to it, right? You can right now listen to Rich and Stacey, which is a great podcast, or just enjoy this podcast right now. John Jay and Rich. Kyle, let's come up with 3 things you need to know.
Can you pass the toilet paper theory? I'll tell you what that is next with John Jay and Rich.
Microphone check.
Tap in and say what's up.
Check.
Open the free iHeartRadio app and tap the talkback mic to send John Jay and Rich a message now.
Kyle, what do you got for 3 things you need to know?
The suspected healthcare CEO killer Luigi Mangione faces separate federal and state murder charges for the killing. The federal charges would include a charge of murder through the use of firearm, which carries the possibility of the death penalty. And U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi just said she has directed federal prosecutors to seek the death penalty. Now, he's pled not guilty to the state indictment, hasn't entered a plea yet for the federal charges, so we're going to have to wait and see how this one plays out. Now, allegedly, there is a toilet paper theory. And the theory is that there is a psychological link between how much toilet paper you have and how reliable you are. So, going around the room, John Jay, Rich, Peyton, how much toilet paper do you have on hand in your home at any given time? Are you well stocked? Are you usually scrambling like, oh no, I'm out, I gotta go get some? What's your toilet paper stash like?
So usually I go with my mom and I get the Costco size one and we get 2. But when I run out of that, we're scrambling for like a couple days until I can get back to Costco because I don't have the membership.
Okay, Rich?
Stocked like you would not believe. I've got like an extra Costco size, just ready to go.
Love it. John Jay?
I know that my wife has lots of toilet paper, but then there's the individual stories where, like, my son will be out of toilet paper, and one of us has to go to the pantry or wherever you keep toilet paper. And the same in our room, like we run out, I got to go get the other roll. But in the house, there are several rolls.
Okay.
Does that answer it?
This is great, and I actually agree with this theory. That means each one of you are reliable people. They say if you always have plenty of toilet paper stocked up, you're likely calm and organized. But if you're the type of person who's running out, scrambling for scraps here and there, it's actually a sign you're probably disorganized, a little annoying, always late, and forget really important things that your people ask you to do.
I live my life like I have no toilet paper.
I genuinely feel like I'm right in the middle. Like sometimes I'm totally reliable, and then other times I do forget really important things. It just depends what kind of mood you catch me in.
That's funny. It's the theory is, how you handle small tasks like buying toilet paper just reflects how you act with much bigger things in life. Okay, I would die if this happened to me. So there is a Pennsylvania woman who is searching for a jacket that she donated to Goodwill after realizing she left a lottery ticket in the pocket, and the lottery ticket was a winning lottery ticket for $2.5 million. She only has until May 8th, because that's when the ticket expires, to find it, and she's just beyond herself.
How do you forget?
She's 76 years old, and her name is Mildred. Doesn't that sound like...
That's such a Mildred.
That's perfect.
Yeah, here she is talking about what happened. Except it's not playing. How come it's not playing?
I was stupefied. There's no words for it. It was like beyond expression. How can I get it back?
Oh,
Mildred.
That's so sad. Someone help Mildred out.
Sad.
That would be just the do-good story of the day if someone was like, oh, I have that jacket. Here's your lottery ticket. Let's split the winnings.
No, I know. I bet you Mildred would throw you some, though.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the do-good story of the day would be the guy that gave me my free Starbucks.
Yeah, that's one of them. I love good stories, and that's 3 things you need to know.
Peyton, what's the vibe for horoscopes today?
I'm going to tell you how each zodiac sign argues.
Reggie, what's your sign? Good morning.
Good morning. Sagittarius.
Okay, Sagittarius, when you're arguing with somebody, you're the I don't even care one. You do not have the time for arguments. If you start drama, they're just going to hit you back with an eye roll, a quick roast, and then they're going to leave the group chat. The only time a Sagittarius will actually fight is if you try to control them. Then they will explode, and then they're going to make sure that you regret it.
Yep, so true.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like my Sagittarius goes 0 to 100 like really quick.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Reggie.
Yeah, have a good one.
Hey, Reggie. Oh, did you say goodbye already?
Yes.
Hey, I always have this weird thing where I think people should know certain things about their name. Like if I quote a line from a movie, I want you to tell me if you know what movie it is.
All right.
That's just my pet snake, Reggie. Show a little backbone.
Clue.
What?
No clue.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay.
All right.
I hate snakes.
Now you know.
Reggie, I hate snakes.
Chris, good morning. What's your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
Okay, Chris, when you are arguing with people and when you are a Taurus, you are the stubborn brick wall. Arguing with a Taurus is literally like yelling at a brick wall. They won't raise their voice, they won't engage in the chaos, and they definitely won't admit that they're wrong. Instead, a Taurus is just going to sit there with their arms crossed with a "you're so wrong and I'm too tired for this" look on their face. If you're arguing with a Taurus, good luck changing their mind.
That's right, because I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Look at that.
Hey, John, your wife, she got a tattoo.
Yes, on her face.
She really loves you, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see on Instagram, Blake got a tattoo on her face. It was actually an April Fool's Day joke. And what's funny about it is I posted it the day before April Fool's Day just because I wanted it to hit on April Fool's Day and be fully functioning on April Fool's Day. And it's so funny how many people, angrily, April Fools. Yeah, I know, man. She didn't get a tattoo. Relax. Jen, good morning. What's your sign?
Good morning, it's Jen. I'm Aquarius.
Aquarius, you're the emotionally detached one when you get in an argument with someone. An Aquarius will outsmart you in an argument and make you feel like a clown in the process. They're going to sit back with their arms crossed and laugh at you for even thinking that you can win an argument with them. Then when they're mad, they'll hit you with the "I don't have time for this" and walk away.
Oh, you're on point.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
My boyfriend's an Aquarius, and if he laughs at me when we argue, I think I just see red.
Oh, yeah. My ex used to get infuriated, but that's just probably
right.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
What's up, Mike?
Good morning, rolling with you, John Jay and Virgos.
Virgos. So Johnjay and Mike, when you guys get in arguments, you're the ruthless critic. Virgos fight with cold, hard facts. They never raise their voice, and they will hit you with a bullet point list of everything you've done wrong. They don't argue emotionally. They analyze, and by the end of it, you are rethinking your entire life.
Nailed it once again. Babe.
Yeah.
Right on,
I think
Mike.
that's on point.
All right, dude. Thanks for calling in, dog.
Bye, Mike.
What's up, Harper? What's your sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
All right, Harper. So when you're arguing with people and you're a Scorpio, you're that silent but deadly fighter. You don't argue, you plot. So instead of yelling, you just sit there staring into that person's soul, making them feel like you just signed them away. They are going to hit you with one remark that just destroys your entire being, and then you disappear into the shadows. You Scorpios, you guys got that little scorpion stinger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so true.
Yeah.
All right, Harper, have a great day. What do you got for Libras?
Libra, Kyle, when you are in an argument, you're the people pleaser turned petty queen. Libras, we know it. You guys don't really like conflict, so they're going to try to keep everything to peace until they snap. And then they're going to be passive aggressive, drop hints instead of addressing things directly, and then pretend nothing happened while secretly holding a grudge for life.
Definitely on the holding the grudge for life.
Yeah.
There's not much coming back if you're dead to me.
Yeah, I feel that.
What about for Pisces?
Richie, my Pisces, you're the ultimate guilt tripper. Pisces, you don't argue, you just victimize yourself. You're going to make them feel like the worst person in the world for even bringing something up to you. Expect sighs and tears and dramatic, I just can't believe you did this to me from a Pisces before they disappear in their room for days.
This is why it's hard to be married to a Pisces, because we're both the same like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they go for a bit.
Sure do.
How about for Leos?
Well, Leos turn everything into an Oscar-worthy performance. We yell, we'll gesture wildly, and we might even throw a fake tear just for effect. If a Leo feels disrespected, they're going to make sure everyone in the room needs to know about it. But the second you apologize, all is forgiven. Leo just need their moment. This is so true. If you just apologize to me, we'll probably be fine.
All right, if we didn't get to your sign, they're all posted on our website at johnjayandrich.com. You guys, it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday and Johnjay's got a game for you.
Today's a very special day.
Welcome to April 2nd. April 2nd, major national holiday today. National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day.
I know you love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. It is peanut butter and jelly time.
Peanut butter, meet jelly.
Today it's time for the PB&J to shine. Ta-da! Peanut butter and jelly. The perfect PB&J.
Happy National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day.
It's showtime. So it's Peanut Butter Jelly Day. So I put together a little game. This game is of characters, both real and fictional, that go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Okay.
Okay? Peyton, this dynamic duo, they're also known as the Cape Crusaders of Gotham City. Who am I talking about?
Batman and Robin.
Yes. Kyle, Kraft makes this pasta dish that kids love.
Mac and cheese.
Yes. Rich, the original table condiments, also a 90s girl band.
Salt and pepper.
Yes. Kyle, gay roommates from Sesame Street.
Bert and Ernie.
Okay, Bert.
Peyton, cow juice and Chips Ahoy.
Oh, milk and cookies.
Yes. Rich, he lives in a pineapple under the sea, and his buddy.
SpongeBob and Patrick.
Yes. Kyle, cartoon cat and mouse.
Tom and Jerry.
Yes. Peyton, made from tomatoes. The other one is yellow. You put these on hot dogs.
Mustard and ketchup.
Yes. Okay, I'm taking it up a notch. Rich, brothers from Nintendo.
Luigi and Mario.
Yes. Kyle, arguably the last names of the two better Beatles. One married Yoko, the other was in Wings.
Paul McCartney and the other one.
Come on.
That's impressive.
I got Paul.
Yeah, that's good.
What's the other one, Rich?
You did good. John Lennon.
Lennon and McCartney.
Okay.
Peyton, big green ogre and his burro sidekick.
Aw, Shrek and Donkey.
Rich, Tom Hanks and Tim Allen in Toy Story.
Woody and Buzz.
Kyle, he's got 99 problems, but this Grammy winner isn't one.
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yes. Peyton, this team is the original pair that flew the Millennium Falcon.
Top and Gun.
No, Rich from Steel.
Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Yes, Kyle. This team of women drove a car off the Grand Canyon.
Oh, Thelma and Louise.
Yes, Peyton. One gives away new cars. The other hosts CBS Morning News Show.
Oprah and what's her name? Oh my gosh, Gail King.
Kyle, when you're going to stay home with your boo.
Netflix and chill.
Yes. Rich, iconic rock duo, folk duo, known for the sounds of silence.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Peyton, a couple from Friends, known for the phrase, "We were on a break."
Oh, Rachel and what's his name? Never seen the show. Rachel and Ross.
Yes. Kyle, cousins from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Will and Alfonso Ribeiro.
Who did he play? Rich, weekend update duo. She was on 30 Rock, the other Parks and Rec.
Amy Poehler, Tina Fey.
Okay, Rich, current weekend update duo.
Colin Jost and, oh my gosh, Michael Che.
Yes. Kyle, they drive the mystery machine. The dog says, "Rur, rur," and the long-haired guy says, "Zoinks."
Scooby-Doo and Shaggy.
Yes. Peyton, for the win. And this is a hard one. The commander of the Starship Enterprise and his pointy-eared first officer.
Grogu, Yoda, and not Darth Vader.
No, not Darth Vader.
That's an interesting pair.
And Luke Skywalker.
Nope. Kyle, do you know?
Nope.
Rich, the commander of the Starship Enterprise and his pointy-eared first officer.
Captain Kirk and Spock.
Yeah, that was Star Trek, different show.
Oh, different movie.
Yeah.
For show.
And that's my game because it's Wednesday.
Wednesday, and Johnjay's got a game for you.
Get up. This is Johnjay and Rich.
It's time for Stacks and Hacks. I have Stacks information. Rich has life hacks. Gen Z professionals are apparently using email to guess their coworkers' ages. The idea is if your email has your name with no added letters or numbers, you must be old enough to have gotten it early on. There's a poll out on intangibles that can be bought. 35% of people say money can't buy happiness. Many people say it can buy political influence and good health. Only a few say it can buy intelligence. April Fool's Day. Yesterday, the top April Fool's Day brand pranks include Hidden Valley Ranch flavored soda from Olipop, cat poop scented candles, and electric butt shaver from Dude Wipes.
All the stuff I saw for April Fools from businesses were all pickled flavored stuff. And I love pickled flavored stuff. I don't find that as a joke.
The big one, though, was Blake Van Ness got a tattoo on her forehead.
Yep.
In a poll, 44% of people say they generally consider April Fool's Day jokes to be amusing. 41% say they can be annoying, particularly older white women from the Midwest. Karens. A fake trucking company stole 80,000 pounds of beef from a Tennessee meatpacking plant last week. It was worth $350,000. The cops are looking for the thieves. I wonder what do you do with that? And it was like a heist. Like they went and got a fake trucking company and they went and did it just like a Jack Reacher type of thing. A woman in Poland robbed 2 banks while she was 8 months pregnant. She also tricked her husband into being her getaway driver. She told him that he was picking her up from a checkup. And then it turns out it was not.
That sounds like a movie.
Totally.
This is common sense. We've talked about this before, but is news again. Don't look at your phone before bed. A study says that using screens in bed for just an hour increases insomnia by 60% and reduces your sleep duration by 24 minutes. Do not. Now, this I find an interesting fact, and this is there's no reason to bring this up except for it's Stacks and Hacks. The following people have all killed someone in a car accident. Laura Bush, Matthew Broderick, Keith Moon, Rebecca Gayheart, Caitlyn Jenner, Brandy, Vince Neil, Venus Williams, and Howard Hughes.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. It's National Distracted Driving Awareness Month. And a poll found that 1 in 7 Americans have fallen asleep at the wheel. What do you do to stay awake? Talk to someone on the phone, roll down the window or blast the air conditioning, crank the radio. That's 62% of people crank the radio. And 63% of people drink something with caffeine. And I was just curious. 877-937-1047. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen someone do while driving?
That's not driving.
No, that is driving.
Well, while you're driving. So
you're driving, and I was at a red light one time, and I saw a guy playing drums on the steering wheel, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. But I was another time I was driving, and I saw a guy shaving, like with an old school razor on his face at a red light.
Oh, dang.
Shaving. So I just want to quick throw it out there. 877-937-1047. The craziest or strangest thing you've ever seen someone do while they were driving. Someone asked Reddit to name subtle signs that someone is genuinely a good person. Peyton, how can you tell if someone's a good person?
If they're kind.
How can you tell if they're kind?
If like they compliment you, I feel like if your first impression, if they say something nice about you.
What about you, Kyle?
Subtle signs like putting the grocery cart away.
That's one of the top 3, putting the grocery cart away. Another one is they can admit weakness and they apologize. And they do the right thing when it's inconvenient.
When I see somebody being nice to a kid that's not their kid, like they get down and smile, you think they're a nice person. No? Just me?
No, I do. I just
right before they kidnap him and throw him in the van.
No, come on.
It depends.
I feel like literally the other day I was at brunch with my brother Jalen, and there was this little baby across the way, and it was so cute. He kept looking at us, and we just kept making silly faces.
See, I would think you were good people.
Thanks.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
What are the 10 best jobs for introverts? After going over this list, I think I'm changing careers.
Remote. Anything remote.
Number 1 is radiologist. Working with x-rays, MRIs, and ultrasounds. The median salary is $354,000.
Get down.
Astronomer, $150,000 for an astronomer. Software developer, $138,000. Anyway, those are introvert jobs. Valerie, you see someone doing something crazy while they were driving? Valerie,
Hello?
yeah, what'd you see?
Yeah, I just saw a guy playing a trumpet with both hands.
That's awesome. That's so awesome.
He's making his own music in the car.
You would almost think that would be too big to fit in between him and the front of the windshield, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea, but I actually did get a picture of it. And so that says a lot about my driving. But anyways, I can send that to you guys.
We got someone on the line that said they saw somebody taking a picture of someone driving, playing a trumpet. Thanks, Valerie. Thanks for listening.
Okay, thank you.
Maya, what'd you see someone do while they were driving? Maya.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, Maya. I actually have to slap myself when I'm driving because nothing else works.
I've been there.
I become like narcoleptic when I'm driving.
You give yourself a really good solid contact where it makes a crack when you slap yourself?
Not that much. I just kind of slap my cheeks a little bit.
Yeah, if you go to I do that too. You got to go a little harder than like this.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Ouch.
It really works.
I thought you said a salad
I did
at first.
too.
I was like, does a
That's a
salad wake
smack.
you up? I mean, I guess if it's crunchy, that would work.
So you slap yourself and you wake up.
Yeah.
That works. That totally works. Yeah.
For like a couple minutes. And
Yeah.
then I have to do it again.
I say crank up John, Jay, and Rich. Thanks, Maya. Ramon, good morning. What have you seen someone do while driving? Ramon.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was traveling for work. I had a truck. This guy was driving a car, so I was higher up. I was driving up next to him, and I think he was going number 1 because he looked tucked away. And I think when he was done, he speeded up, and I just saw a water bottle get thrown out of the window after that. So
Oh, you
I
threw
figured,
it out?
Oh.
I suppose so. So I just figured, I'm like, okay, he was going number 1. All right, he has to get where he's going.
I've done that while driving, and it's very difficult. I was, a typical guy. I think I was trying to make it good time. It was a 3.5-hour drive, and I think I could do it in 3:15. So I decided to pee while I was driving. Then I had a turn, and then the bottle fell and peed everywhere.
That's terrible.
It was terrible.
That seems like that's high risk driving and trying to do that.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Ramon. Amanda, what did you see someone do while driving, or what do you do?
So my ex-husband was tired while driving down the freeway. He just started slapping himself in the face repeatedly.
Seems to be a non-original experience.
I know.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amanda.
Yeah, that's
Rich, what do you got for life hacks?
Let's talk about smelling good all day long. You know, you got that great cologne or perfume, and they tend to fade fast, especially if you go out at night. You want to still smell good into the evening. So there is a trick, and I tried it this morning. Let's see if I still smell good in the, by 9 o'clock this morning. Before you spray and apply your cologne or perfume. Now, this smells a little weird, too. You're supposed to put a little thin layer of Vaseline to your pulse points, like your wrist and your neck. So I didn't do it behind my ears like they said to do, but I did try it on my wrist. And then what it does is it acts as a seal when you spray it, so it slows down the evaporation process of your fragrance. Keeps you fresh for, they say, up to 6 hours longer. I did try it. I think I can smell the Vaseline more than I can smell the perfume. Just a little tip for you there if you try it at home. That hack is on our very hard-to-figure-out website, JohnJayandRich.com.
I don't know how you found us.
But I'm so thankful that you did. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
It's John, Jay, and Rich. Shoot us a text. Text JJR and whatever's on your mind to 96893. In fact, it was funny. I got a text here that says, wait. Oh, God, where is it? Anyway, it talks about how, I can tell John Jay's working really hard on enunciating his words and speaking slower. Good job, John Jay. Thank you. Thank you so much, 602. Yeah, I'm trying to, especially with the phone number, 877-937-1047. I did a little thing in Stacks and Hacks about what people do to stay awake when they drive, and I said, have you ever seen anybody do something crazy when driving? And Maria, you got a story?
Yeah, so I have a story. I drive an SUV, so I sit up a little higher than a car. So it's happened more than one time that I've seen this, and there was guys having fun with themselves.
Oh. Ew. Yeah, that's a thing.
That's a thing?
It's a thing. I mean, not like a thing like something every guy does, but I think it's some bizarre fetish. Because you heard about the guy that went to that drive-thru at that coffee place, right?
Yeah, what a creep.
Yeah. Maria, thanks for calling in, and thank you for listening.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too. Okay, so I was talking to text with Kyle last night, and I told her, I said, because, she's been watching Dexter for 9 seasons. Like, she finally finished Dexter, so she's kind of hasn't been my TV friend. So I was giving her updates on a show to watch and send her stuff, and then I even said to her, I go, I feel like I'm like a friend just came out of a coma, and I'm letting them know all the world of TV. So what have you experienced now that you've been back into the current TV world?
Well, I do feel really behind, especially because we talk about TV a lot with each other in this room. Mm-hmm. And so I did decide to catch up on Adolescence. I watched Adolescence, which was #1 on Netflix for a long time while I was watching Dexter. Mm-hmm. It's not anymore. So I felt like I wanted to watch that first just to before it just went away forever. And it was good, but you guys talked a lot about how they filmed the show and how it was one take and one camera throughout the whole thing. And I thought that was interesting for one episode. But then the last episode, I felt it made it very boring. The last episode, I could have done without, except for the last 10 minutes of it.
When I reviewed Adolescence, I said, it's really neat. I go, it's almost like the way they film it is also another character, but it distracts you from the show. And I also said, it lets you appreciate how much editing is important, because you could have edited, right, if you weren't doing the whole one camera shot that last episode, okay, we're going to go buy paint, cut. Okay, we bought the paint. Okay, I'm going to pour the paint on my car.
You could mix that up a little bit like the studio does that. They have a lot of single camera shoots that go from room to room and set to set and all that. But then they go back and shoot it like a normal TV show.
Yeah, I don't really do this, but I watched it at 1.5 speed and still fast forwarded through that last episode. But it was a good show. Mm-hmm. Glad I caught up on it. That was great. And John Jay kept sending me TV shows to watch. So I was like, oh my gosh, where do I go? But we talked yesterday about how the first show I really should watch afterwards, since I just watched Dexter, was the show that's #1 on Netflix right now, and that's Gone Girls, which is a documentary about these the Gilgo Island murders. And it was Long Island. They were looking for one girl and they found 4 bodies, and then they're still looking for her and they find more bodies. And so I started that. I'm on episode 2 of that, and it is really fascinating. But I also felt like I had the duty to also start the other show that John Jay
The one on
said.
Peacock?
Yes. Which is called Long Bright River. And it's so weird because I feel like the documentary Gone Girls and Long Bright River are the same story.
So do I.
But one's a documentary and one is a fiction show.
Right.
Supposedly fiction.
Yeah. I thought that yesterday. I finished the Gone Girls yesterday because I kind of watched it backwards a little bit because I thought episode 2 got boring, but I was wrong. I went back to finish episode 2 and it's really good. So I'm excited for you with episode 2. There's a corruption thing with the police that I've never seen before. It's pretty amazing. But then there's, at the end, you'll find episode 3, I think there's only 3 episodes. There's just dead body after dead body. There's so many dead bodies attached to this guy, this killer.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy. But yes, the one on Peacock is very similar.
Because they both killers in each show are focusing on sex workers because they say, nobody will miss them when they go missing. It doesn't become a huge news story. No one reports it really. Right. And so, the Long Bright River show on Peacock is Amanda Seyfried, and she's a cop, and she runs the area where most of the sex workers work, and she has a familial connection with one of them, and that one goes missing. And so you're trying to follow her as she's looking for this person.
How far did you get on that?
I started episode 2.
Oh, good. Okay. It's I remember. It's so weird.
That's a lot for one day.
I get so excited.
I know.
That
I was
she's
and I
catching up.
still don't feel caught up.
I mean, you went all the way through adolescence. That would take me a week and a half.
That was a tough watch, I think.
Yeah.
But especially, there were so many different levels of adolescence. But Long Bright River is really good. I'm so glad you're watching it so we can talk about it when it's done. Because there was so many things I want to talk about. But there's so many parallels to Gone Girls in this thing.
Yeah.
So many.
I started the Gone Girls.
Oh, you did? What'd you get? How far did you get?
About episode and a half in, so I'm halfway through the second episode. It's really good. I actually ended up turning it off because I was really mad. I got really upset and frustrated in that documentary because, for one, I went to college to do that, to be a detective, to go and be and help solve crimes like that. Literally, I was a criminal justice major just to go out and do that kind of stuff. And I got so mad when they didn't search the area where the girl was last seen. The
first girl?
The first girl.
Right.
I had to turn it off. I was like, how could you not search that area? And then when they search that area, of course they find what they're supposed to find. But it had been 18 months. It made me so
Right.
I know.
mad.
It took them
Well, you find
so
out why.
long.
You find out why at the end of episode 2.
Oh, okay.
And there's police corruption.
Oh, my
it's
gosh.
really, it's
Somebody be even more mad.
Somebody's going to make a movie out of this because it is an unbelievable serial killer documentary. It's especially when the guy is still alive. They just caught the guy 2 years ago, and they will go back. They think he committed his first murder in 1993.
Oh my
insane.
gosh.
Man.
Yeah, it's really, and then the way they catch him, with using modern stuff, the way they get rid of the corruption and they bring in new people, and those new people right away start using technology. And this guy is caught, again, very much like the Peacock show, because of a pickup truck, because of his truck. It's so weird. Anyway, I can't wait for you to finish that. And it's so sad that it's a true story.
And how many people do they think he took out?
Rich, I'm halfway through the second episode, and there's 13 missing bodies.
Well, how hard could that be to bust a guy who's doing 13, 14 bodies?
Well, to me, it's what's wild is how brazen he is, dumping all the bodies right there together in clumps.
So comfortable.
Okay,
Yeah.
so towards the end, I'm not ruining anything. But they confiscate the guy's computers, and they find that he was so buttoned down. They found all his notes, how to make sure he eats right, make sure he get enough sleep, to hit them harder,
Oh my gosh.
and where to eliminate any tattoos from the people, to cut them off.
It's fascinating.
Chop off their head and their arms so that they can't be traced. It's really, this guy is, I've never heard of anybody. You hear about Texas Chainsaw Massacre back then. This is now.
Yeah, wow.
So this is now. So that means there are probably serial killers right now. And if you're listening to the show, call us, 877-937-1047. Nick, clear line 5 for any serial killers who want to come through. Angela, good morning.
Oh my gosh. What?
Good morning.
Hi, what's up?
I just wanted to call and talk about Long Bright River.
Yeah.
I finished the show yesterday, and it was like a predictable Lifetime movie. I guessed who the killer was in episode 1.
Doesn't that bother you when it's so obvious, when it's so on the nose?
Yes. Yeah. I was very disappointed in the show.
Oh, no. That's a bummer.
Oh. Well,
Did you guys? Do you have a guess on who it is, Johnjay? Since you
I finished it. I finished it.
So did you?
But I told Kyle my guess before, and I don't want to tell her if I'm right or wrong.
Oh, okay.
But I'm never wrong. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, we have a serial killer on the line. Hello. This is serial killer. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
Hello.
Yes.
I heard you guys need a serial killer. You wanted to talk to one?
Yes.
Well, I ate 3 bowls of tricks.
You killed the
that kind of Thank you, sir.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Gonna have a stomach ache.
I had to be more specific, but serial killer's good. We're going to talk to Danica. She says her cousin is the worst. Ooh, we might have a Bridezilla thing to get into. John, Jane, Rich, Danica, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for holding. What's going on?
So I had to call in because I need to know if I'm being dramatic or if my cousin is actually just the worst.
What happened?
So I'm getting married the first week of July this year, and my cousin is getting married in the first week of June. So a lot of weddings happening in my family. And a few weeks ago, she asked me what song my fiance and I picked for our first dance, and I told her because we talk about wedding stuff, and I didn't think twice about it. It turns out that she really loved the song, maybe too much because my aunt let it slip to my mom that she's using the exact same song for her wedding. And I wouldn't care about it if my wedding was first, but it's not, because now it's going to look like I copied her and she stole my idea. So I called her and asked, hey, I heard that you are taking the same song after I told it to you. Can you change it? And she was like, well, if I find a better song, I will. And I was like, well, it's really like not cool. And I was telling her how upset I was, and she called me a bridezilla.
That's not nice.
Right. I'm like, am I crazy for being mad at this? Wouldn't somebody else be upset if their cousin stole their first dance song and got to use it first? Do I pick a new song or do I stand my ground? So I'm just kind of like, am I crazy?
Can I guess? I think I know what song it is.
Really?
Yeah. Can I guess?
Sure.
I think that this is for you to walk down the aisle, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, first dance with her new husband. New husband and wife. Their first dance together.
Okay. Here, this is it.
Difficulty and I'm biting on my tongue and I keep stalling and keeping it together. People around gotta find something to say now. Holding back every day the same. Don't wanna be alone. Listen to me, oh no. I never say anything at all, but with nothing to consider.
Right here, you start dancing with your husband.
Aim. They call me help. They call me Stacy. They call me her.
I've had this song in my head for 3 days.
I was like, you've brought that song on more than a few times lately. I don't understand why.
Number one movie on Netflix.
Obviously, that's the first dance song.
Got it. I mean, if it's not Danica, now you've got one.
And then everyone at the wedding would be like, it must be an inside joke that he called her the wrong name when they were together or something.
With that.
What song is it, by the way?
So it's funnily enough, because I just played a few songs ago, Beautiful Things by Benson Boone, but an acoustic version of it.
That's gorgeous.
Well, hey, I'm in on that.
Yeah, I was like, this is just like a really cool version. Everybody knows the song, but and we really, really love the song. We saw him in concert, but like the acoustic version is so sweet. And so I thought it wasn't going to be a song that many people have chosen. And so for her to see it and to hear it and be like, oh, I'm going to steal this like creative idea that she has. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I'd be pissed.
You should have
I
lied.
don't think
You should have said they're not like us.
I feel like I have experience with fighting with cousins who had their wedding close to you, because my cousin scheduled her wedding literally 1 week right after mine in the same location. That's okay, because it was a location that was very near and dear to our entire family. So it was a special place for her and her person too. But there were so many things that I got mad at my cousin about because of how close it was. Like, she had agreed to do the music for my wedding, and because she was planning her wedding, she says it was too stressful, she couldn't do it. But at the last minute, she canceled on that. And then a lot of people in our family had to choose which wedding they were going to go to. So those ones that chose her wedding over mine, I got mad about. And it's funny because I literally was just thinking about this. You guys know, because you guys knew me during wedding time.
You were mad.
Yes, we did.
It was not a controllable anger.
No.
It was visceral.
I remember the phone call
it was
you had.
visceral.
The yelling and phone call.
Yeah, it bled over into like this huge fight, like a screaming match between my aunt and myself, her mom.
Wow.
And so I was literally thinking about this the other day, and I'm like, that was so stupid. Like, who cares if some people had to choose? That's
Everybody
just what
heard
it was. It was this was a ranch that my family had been going to you, ever since my mom was a child. And it was like the last summer that was available. They didn't have a choice into doing it. Otherwise, they would have been able to get married there,
and
too.
The people that had to choose probably had to pick what date worked convenient for them.
Exactly.
But at the time, you were bridezilla.
Exactly. So I just want to encourage you that I know how it feels, and I know how much that would make me mad at the time. But as someone who went through that and like is on the other side of it now, it is not worth the stress that it's causing in your life.
On the other hand,
many people will use Benson Boone as their wedding song. Like it's a beautiful song.
Not a lot of people using the Ting Tings, though.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many gorgeous and beautiful songs that you could use if you really don't want the same song. I know it seems special to you, but explore other options or just use it and say, who cares?
Let me ask you this, Kyle. Yeah. Where are you now 10 years later since your wedding with your cousin?
Oh, we still don't talk, but I don't think it's because of that.
Still don't talk.
Yeah, that's sad to me, but that was like the beginning of the end of our relationship. Yeah. And growing up, we were all really close, like super close cousins.
Is she still married?
So that, yeah.
Did you go to her wedding?
I know, because we had left.
So did she come to your wedding?
No.
Okay.
I know. Yeah,
did her mom go to your wedding?
At the time, her mom did go to my wedding.
Oh, good.
Did her mom go to her wedding?
Her mom did go to her wedding.
Your mom go to her wedding?
But now I look back, no, she couldn't stay.
Your mom couldn't go to her wedding?
No, she did. My mom went to her wedding. Yeah.
So it's just you guys hate each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you.
But like looking back, I would like it was so silly, but the emotions were real. Like, so I get it. I empathize with you, but I encourage you to rise above that for yourself. Like, because it got me so stressed out. I lost so much weight. Like, I was like not eating. Like, it was more stress on my body and on me. And it probably is for you too, Danica, that it's not worth it.
So how does she rise above? Does she just use her song too?
Yeah, just use her song too. Because no one's going to be like, oh my gosh, that wedding was terrible. Did you know she's the same song?
They probably don't even remember, right?
Yeah, they probably won't remember.
All right. Thank you, Danica. Thanks for coming to us.
Thank you.
All right. It's Johnjay and Rich.
I wanna be next to you.
Hey, Lenny, it's Johnjay and Rich. Thanks for holding, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
So what's going on?
Okay, so should I tell my ex that I actually saw the guy she left before hooking up with a stripper?
But there's a lot in that. Say that again.
Yeah. Okay, so I need to know if I should tell my ex that the guy that she left me for, I saw him hooking up with a stripper.
Okay. How did you see that? Where were you? Like, how did that happen?
I mean, like, first off, I want to say I love the show. You know, like, I had to call this one in because it's crazy. And a few months ago, like, my girlfriend of 2 years dumped me out of nowhere for the guy she works with, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this, like, totally blindsided me. I didn't expect it at all. And, like, you know, it just sucked. So fast forward to this past Saturday. Like, I'm at my boy Jake's bachelor party, and yes, I'm at a strip club for the bachelor party. And deep in the corner, I'm looking over there, and who do I see? I see him. And I see him getting a lap dance and full-on making out with a stripper.
Strippers do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you pay enough, I'm sure. So, like, how do you know that they're still dating? Like, are you, like, still Insta-stalking her? Like, how do you know that's actually her boyfriend?
I mean, yeah, I you know, like it was, you know, it was tough, but yeah, I absolutely see them together. She's still posting, and, like, after I saw this, I went and looked at her Instagram, and, you know, pics are all still up. Sounds like she's deleted the ones with him, you know, and the most recent one with him was, like, 2 days before this happened.
I don't know why you'd want to get involved in that at all. Like, let her, it's almost like whatever she chose. Let her, it's going to blow up at some point, right? Why should you be the one to blow it up?
But I get it.
I get you want to. I wouldn't.
Also, hey, by the way, I mean, did she cheat on you, or she just dumped you and then started dating this guy?
She just dumped. Well, so she didn't cheat on me. She just dumped me.
Okay, so she
and,
dumped
like,
you.
just left me for another guy. And that sucked.
Did she dump you and say we could do the whole "we can still be friends" speech? Because then if you're like, hey, we're just friends. She did. Okay, we're friends. But just want to let you know, I saw Carl over here with Asia.
I mean, yeah, if that's a relationship, right? Like, this kind of reminds me, I had a friend that texted me the other day, and some guy had DM'd her saying, I want to see you so bad. And she was looking on his Instagram, and the guy's married. And she was like, do I tell him? Like, do I tell the wife that she's married or that he's hitting me up. And I was like, why would you want to get into that mess? Like,
yeah, don't see the
you
guy.
know, yeah,
block
like,
the guy and
block
don't worry
him,
about it.
don't talk
I think
about
there's this
him.
sense of like, why do they get to get away with that? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I could see if you still cared about your girlfriend, like you don't want to see her get hurt, but it's almost like you're just bringing the hurt sooner if you do mention it.
Do you think? Does anybody think it's a good idea that he calls his ex?
No, I don't.
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think what's supposed to come to light comes to light when
Right.
it's supposed to.
Like-
You know, like as cheesy and corny as that is, but like I think you stay so far out of that because say you do want to be friends with this girl. Like if you go and tell her that, she's not going to want to talk to you anymore.
She made a wrong choice. She dumped you for a loser, and he will reveal himself as a loser
Right.
soon enough.
I would only tell if it was a really ugly stripper.
Where's
Be like,
the
"Oh,
logic
God,
there?
Look at you, dude. Oh, God. Good luck with that. I'd go to the website, see if you could find her picture, and say, oh, God. Good luck.
You think they've got pictures of the strippers that dance on the website?
Shows
The
you it's been a
clubs?
long time since I've been to one of those places.
This is Asia. She's only Tuesday during the day only.
All right, dude. Thanks for calling us, though. I'm glad we helped you out.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I love when we get random advice like this. Thank you, Lenny. Have a great day. Again, if you have random advice, you just text us. JJR, whatever your message is, to 96893. It's Johnjay and Rich.
Y'all know what day it is?
No.
April Fools.
April Fools.
April Fool. Just a little joke, folks.
Told you all.
Yes, April Fool.
We tell practical jokes on April Fool's Day.
You'll stop with this April Fool's nonsense.
April Fool's Day is favorite holiday.
As of right now, April Fool's Day is over.
April Fool's!
Showtime. We want to hear from you. Anybody fall for any pranks? 877-937-1047. Lacey, who got you?
So it was my daughter that got pranked for April Fool's. My kids were getting ready for school, and my 8-year-old son brought my daughter a glass of water and said, here's a glass of water. I want you to go ahead and take a drink. You look like you need some water this morning. She took a big drink of it, and he started laughing, and he says, it's toilet water. And she spit it out, and she almost threw up. And he goes, I'm just kidding. It's filtered water. And he's 8 years old, so for him,
I like this
that was
kid.
pretty hilarious.
You are training the next generation of morning show hosts.
Oh, thank you, Lacey. That's great. Daisy, good morning. Did you get fooled?
I didn't. My 11-year-old daughter fooled me and my wife.
What happened?
So we had discussed it was going to be a busy day, so no pranks, right? Too much going on. But she decided to get up really early that morning and tape the sink hose, the hose that's in the sink. So my wife and I are in the room getting ready, whatever, so on and so forth. She gets out, starts to do the coffee, starts the water, and it sprays her right after she got just ready for work.
That's very funny. Very
Simple,
funny.
but effective.
Thank you.
All over, yes. And then 2 minutes later, she comes and she shows me, and I'm like, no way. Well, then I go do my thing, and then I turned it back on, and I got myself, basically.
Thanks, Daisy.
So cute.
Leisha.
I actually pranked one of my employees. So I work 7 days a week, and I'm never not at work. And I texted her, and I'm like, hey, I decided to leave for vacation early because I'm leaving Friday. And she is always late because she always says she has to take her kids to school. And this time she was actually on time. And as soon as I turned the corner, she screamed.
Uh-oh. That's good, though.
That's a good one.
She's like, what the heck? I was like, oh, okay. I was like, her car's there, so she's on time.
Thank you.
Josh, you got me good this
I was going to say, I was really happy with, it's one of my favorite days is April Fool's Day. But when you do get got, there's this moment where you realize you got, and it's kind of a fun, happy, like I got my wife yesterday, and so back to with my wife, some house behind ours got bulldozed down, and she was taking out the trash, and she saw somebody spray painted our back wall with graffiti by our alley, and she didn't know what it was. So I took a picture of it, put it on ChatGPT to see what it is, and it's just some tag or something, right? So it's legitimate graffiti, and I kind of like the way graffiti looks, right? So anyway, yesterday morning, when I got in the studio, I texted her. I said, good morning. I go, hey, I didn't want to bother you, but it looks like, because she was really concerned about the graffiti. I go, it looks like someone came in the backyard and graffitied the wall in our house, on our house. And then she apparently, when she saw the text in the morning, she ran out into the backyard to see it. And then there's a point where she's looking for it and can't find it. And then it hits her. That moment. But it's like with Peyton yesterday.
Yeah, that's
I got
good.
such joy out of Peyton's because Peyton sent me a picture. Well, I told you that our boss, same thing I did with Kyle, but Kyle got it quick, right? With different boss. I told Kyle that Linda, our market president, needed a ride in this morning. And then you said something like, you went like, what did you do? You went like, oh, okay. And then you went, like.
For a second, I was like, wait, I was texting you back. You're like, hey, just so you know, Linda was asking for your phone number because she needs a ride. She's out by where you live today. And for a second, I was like, I was texting you back. Linda has my number. Why would she ask you that? And then I was like, April Fool. So I just texted you back a GIF, an April Fool's GIF.
So you know what I said to Peyton, I go, hey, Mark, our boss, texted me or called me, needs a ride in this morning. And I think he lives by you. Can you pick him up? And she's like, he has my number, LOL. And I go, okay, I don't know. I'll ask him why. And I was like, anyway, can you pick him up? She goes, yeah, I guess he's in Queen Creek. I can pick him up. Right. And I was like, okay, great. And then I sat there and I thought for a second, I go, should I have her call him right now and wake him up? That would be really next level.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good if she was to call him and say, you need me to pick you up. And he'd be like, what the hell are you talking about?
She's like, I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I thought about taking it that far. But Mark is also the kind that would try to get revenge on me like 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So instead of knowing that it's today, like April 1st is the day. So then I said to Peyton, okay, but when you pick him up, don't wear green. He hates green, which is random. It's just a random thing. I just thought, and then she goes, oh my God. And then she sent me a picture. What was the picture you sent?
Well, also though, like I had said, I was like, yeah, I can pick him up. He lives like 45 minutes away from me. I'm going to be late. I can do it, but I'm going to be late in the morning. And I literally sent Johnjay a picture. And honestly, thanks, Johnjay, because that text got me out of bed before having to hit snooze again. I actually woke up, got out of bed. I'm in my bonnet. My face is still swollen. And I just sent Johnjay a picture of just like hand to forehead, face palm. Like, bro. Too early for this.
This is bait.
I'm like
look at your cute little bonnet.
So funny.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you got me good. I got though. I fell for every April Fool's social media post yesterday. Like ASU had posted that they were making their field maroon. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Then it was like April Fool's. I was like, dang.
Yeah, you shouldn't come up with a cool idea and not do it.
Yeah, because it's just a disappointment.
Like, all right, let's go.
You know the restaurant Tokyo Joe's, right? That's one of my favorite restaurants. And the owner and I became friends. His name's Larry, and he sold Tokyo Joe's. But on his Instagram, he's always posting these incredible breakfast bowls that are he makes them for himself. So yesterday he posted, he picture a picture of a building, and it had the sign Protein Mafia. And he goes, hey, after selling Tokyo Joe's a couple years ago, he goes, everyone keeps talking about my bowls that I keep posting. So this is my next project. I'm pretty excited. And I was like, why didn't you tell me? Like, I would invest in that. I want Protein
Sounds like
Mafia.
A cool title, too.
And I texted him right away, and I was like, dude, this is incredible. I hope this is real. This isn't a joke. Because I started thinking about it. Why would this be a funny joke? Like, I was like, this is great.
We don't joke about food.
So then he texts me, goes, actually, it's a joke. And I'm like, what the hell? So then last night he posts, he's like, oh my God, apparently I need to do this. He's like, his phone blew up.
Oh, I bet.
People want to invest in it. People want to start it.
Because his menu items are delicious, right?
The pictures he posts are fantastic. Like, I went to bed last night and I texted him. I go, dude, I know it's April Fool's Day. We're past that, but you need to do this.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he also owns a coffee house, too, all over Colorado. I can't remember the coffee house. But he was going to serve the coffee and then have 3 meals, like, breakfast, lunch, and dinner in his menu, which is fantastic.
Don't you remember on April Fool's Day when we tried to open up a breakfast pizza restaurant as a joke?
Yeah, no, I had people message me about that yesterday.
Now there's breakfast pizza everywhere.
Yeah.
So our eggs on a pizza really caught on.
We did the one, somebody messaged me yesterday about this one too, and I thought that we got to do this again. We were giving away money like crazy on the corner of 2 streets that don't intersect.
Yeah, it was like Campbell and River.
So people kept driving.
Those intersect.
And then we were doing live calls from there, and people were like, I just got $1,000. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh,
no
that's
problem.
bad.
And it was like caused a traffic jam. It was all over the news. We haven't done one of those in a long time. Just be prepared next year. Next year, of course, if we're still here.
Pending.
That might be jokes on us.
It just might be the Rich Barrett show next year. Anyway, all right, let's get to some entertainment news. Kyle Payne going to spill the tea on Cardi B, the latest on Miley Cyrus, Chelsea Handler, so much more to get to. That's all next. Johnjay and Rich.
Johnjay and Rich. Call the show at 877-937-1047.
What's up, Mo?
Hi, this is Johnjay.
Hi, yeah, you're on the air. Hi.
Johnjay.
My son loves you guys. He was singing John, Jay, and Richie yesterday. Say hi, Pop.
Hi.
Hi.
That's Kyle. Oh my gosh, we listen to you guys every morning because they're like my best friends, and he thinks you guys are coming here. But I was like, no, we're just not talking to him on the phone.
You know what I mean? We can come over. What you got? What, you got any snacks?
What's his name?
Oh, what's your name, bud?
Peter Parker.
Oh, he's Peter Parker today. His
Peter
name's
Parker. Oh,
Bobby.
there's Spider-Man news.
That's good because we've got news. Thanks, Mo. Thanks for listening. What do you got on Peter Parker
How
Spider-Man?
appropriate. Thank you, Peter Parker. So 2 huge Spider-Man announcements were made, and it's kind of weird because, I feel like the Knicks of the world's heads exploded because they said the 3rd and final installment of the Spider-Man multiverse films, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, will premiere in theaters June 4th, 2027.
Cool.
And I was like, okay. And then I saw another Spider-Man headline, and I was like, is that the same thing? No, it's not the same thing. Tom Holland then revealed Spider-Man 4's official title, and that, it would be coming out July 31st of 2026. Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm like, we're just going to be overflowing with Spider-Mans here.
So there are 2 Spider-Mans movie coming out 26, 27?
So the one in 26 is the MCU version of Spider-Man with Tom Holland. 2027 is the animated.
Oh,
it's the end of that, the animated trilogy.
Okay.
But I will say that those 2 movies are some of the coolest animation I've ever seen in my whole life. The music's awesome. The story's great. So don't sleep on those.
And those are the ones where you
Also,
get all the different versions
yes.
of Spider-Man.
Isn't there supposed to be
Really good.
another MCU announcement with Avengers today? Something Robert Downey Jr. was saying, if you thought it was big that he was in it, there's something else happening.
Yeah, they haven't apparently revealed the entire cast of Doomsday yet. Marvel did a 5-hour reveal of all these actors that are going to be in Avengers Doomsday, and evidently it's that was only half of the cast.
Oh, wow.
So the rest of the cast is supposed to still be coming.
Is anyone else worried it's going to be a total flop, though? Because I feel like when you add that many celebrities, people get overly excited for it, and then they're disappointed.
And evidently Disney is also worried about it because Electric State, which the Russos directed, didn't perform the way they wanted it, that Netflix wanted it to, and so they're like, oh, well, let's get everybody back, please.
Also in movie news, Keanu Reeves coming back for John Wick 5.
Awesome.
And Quentin Tarantino did that movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. They're doing a sequel to that, but Quentin Tarantino is not directing it. He wrote the
Won't be
script.
the same. Will Smith also teased a sequel to Men in Black, another one.
He did that, and I thought it was an April Fool's Day joke, and I thought, this is not funny. It needs to really happen, so I hope it does, because I enjoy him in Men in Black. Yeah.
Did you see the Beatles cast got announced, too, for the biopic?
They're all good looking.
I know. I'm really excited for Barry Keoghan and Joseph Quinn because he's Eddie Munson on Stranger Things, and I feel like we haven't gotten enough of him yet.
Also, Kyle, did you see the text I sent you yesterday? We texted
Yes,
Dexter.
I'm very excited about this.
Dexter Original Sin, they're come back for a second season. That's so great.
They need to.
Yeah, and then for Rich, for you, Creed's reunion tour is going so well they added more dates.
Well, no, that's good for everyone.
What else, Kyle? How about Michael B. Jordan? What's he up to?
So Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld, they were on Hot Ones together. So picture them sitting across the table from each other, eating the hottest sauce possible, right? And Michael B. Jordan asks Haley Steinfeld to rate his work.
Now that we shared the screen together, rank these Michael B. Jordan projects from best to worst.
Okay.
She's like, I have no problem telling you, that sucked, this is your best work. Creed, The Wire, Black Panther, Friday Night Lights.
Creed, Black Panther, Friday Night Lights, The Wire.
Oh.
Terrible.
Oh.
Awful.
Oh, my God. I don't know what's hurting worse. Oh.
Michael B. Jordan's best movie, I think, is Fruitvale Station. He does such a good job
What's it
acting
called?
in Fruitvale Station.
Don't know it.
It's so good. It's one of those movies where you only watch one time. You never watch it again because it's so sad. But he does a phenomenal job. That's that movie Sinners that they're doing where Michael B. Jordan plays his evil twin.
Oh,
interesting.
Yeah. That doesn't look good to me.
It's Michael B. Jordan, though.
I know, it doesn't look good to me.
I know. And that right there it's Michael B. Jordan. That's all you have to say.
Yeah. What happened with Hailey Bieber and saying that she unfollowed Justin Bieber? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Said she had there was a glitch on Instagram, but that's all I saw.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, there was a glitch on Instagram, and that she had came out and said it was literally commented on some TikTok conspiracy person that was diving into them. She was like, it was just a glitch. Leave me and my man alone.
But was it? I mean, I guess those glitches could happen all the time, and you wouldn't realize it unless it was someone important like Justin Bieber. So that could be.
What happened in Top Gun news?
Oh, this is actually really sad. Val Kilmer, he has been battling throat cancer for years. He actually passed away. And it wasn't the throat cancer that got him, actually. He had pneumonia. And so since his immune system was already down, it took him out, sadly. But, I mean, he's such a legend in Hollywood. I just feel like people like that, they'll live on.
There's some great movie roles. Tombstone.
Heck yeah, Tombstone.
I mean, he was just Batman. And there's a great documentary on him on Amazon if you get a chance to see it too.
And it was so great because, like, you know, he had to speak, you know, he could barely speak. And when he was in, like, Top Gun Maverick, just him being in the movie was so iconic.
I guess I thought he'd passed away then because there was the tribute in Top Gun. So in my mind, I'd already said goodbye to Val Kilmer.
Just yesterday.
Well, rest in peace, Val Kilmer.
Johnny and Rich.
Shoot us a text. Text JJR, whatever's on your mind, to the number 96893. John Jay and Rich, here's a text. I literally called my husband yesterday while I was driving to ask him if a cat could be stuck under my hood. You guys got me.
Rich.
I love that so much.
Your laugh snort, so funny.
In reference to other things that happened on the show, John Jay and Rich, I would want to be told if my boyfriend was making out with a stripper or anyone else. Okay,
I hear
makes
that.
sense. John Jay and Rich, we were talking about that serial killer show, Gone Girl, on Netflix right now. This person says, the Green River Killer says he has killed over 90 people, but was only convicted of 49. He was killing from 1982 all the way to 2001.
Oh, that's crazy.
John Jay and Rich, thank you for stating that the website is hard to navigate because every time I search for horoscopes that Payne does, I can never find them. John Jay and Rich, to stay awake, I do the Matthew McConaughey hum from Wall Street. Wakes me up every time. Yeah, that's good. Anyway.
They do that at Texas games now, too, when the team comes out. It's pretty cool.
John Jay, have you watched Golden Greed? Have you guys seen that yet on Netflix? Of course not, Kyle. And I'm only halfway through episode 1, but do you remember that one, like, billionaire guy that hid, like, $1 million of treasure?
Yes.
It's the documentary of the people finding it and trying to find it, and the people that hid it, and the people that and then the guy hid it again, and it's all that stuff. And then they start off with a documentary saying the people involved in this documentary have no idea where anyone hid the money, almost as if someone's going to go kidnap a producer and say, "Where's the money?"
Right.
So,
right.
And it's documentary, so it's true. It's not like actors and stuff.
So people actually found it?
Yeah, and then part of the deal is they found it, and then the billionaire guy hid more.
Is this the guy that wanted people to go to national parks, so he made a game?
Something like that. It's
like a fun little game of hiding money in national parks.
The guy that hid it again, $1 million, I believe he leaves clues in the documentary of where the next money is.
Oh, that's
so you're
cool.
watching the documentary to find a clue. So it hasn't got me that hooked just yet. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing else to watch. Anyway, those are some text messages. You can always text us. You text JJR, whatever you want to talk about, to 96893. Dog Mom's Day is a cool event my wife puts on, and it's usually the couple days or the Saturday before Mother's Day. This year, it's the week before Mother's Day because the venue, it's at the Ashley Castle, and the venue, it's complicated.
It's so pretty there.
Yeah. So it's Dog Mom's Day, and it's a really cool event. You bring your dog, or you don't have to bring your dog, but it's just for women only, and tickets are about $100, but you get, like you guys went last year, what's like, you get Skin Better. We talk about Skin Better.
Yeah, there's always a bunch of like really awesome goodies in the bag, but it's like, yeah, there's food there and just like a bunch of vendors that you can shop around at, and I don't know, it's just like a really good time.
Yeah, and it's a vibe. I remember there was like a little caricature person that was drawing like pictures of you with your little dogs and stuff. I loved that. I was like, that is so cute.
There's
so
music,
fun.
there's food, drinks.
And the vibes are just so good, and it's so fun to see Blake out there too.
It's a really good I think it's good networking too. There's a lot of big dogs there. Yeah. Speaking of dogs, by the way, I had to go to the Love Pup Shelter yesterday to go take some pictures and make some videos of some of the dogs that we have because they've been in the shelter kind of a long time and haven't found homes yet. But that's because I haven't talked about them very much, and we haven't posted about them. But just to let you know, we have a purebred golden doodle named Gemma. And I've never seen a dog. This is it's a color I've never seen before. It's like gray and black. She's just the nicest thing. I posted a video of her. We also have a Frenchie, a 7-year-old Frenchie that needs a home.
You
named
got some
Ruby.
high-ticket dogs.
And then we got a Corgi mix. We got a whole bunch of dogs that need homes. So go to Love Pup Foundation on Instagram, and I think there's an application you fill out. Speaking of food, by the way, I was so surprised Yesterday, Whataburger brought a bunch of food in, hamburgers. That hamburger, I had one. I couldn't take it anymore.
I
was on the treadmill.
I never see you eating here anymore.
I was on the treadmill, and Grant comes over and goes, "This hamburger's unbelievable." He opens it up for me while I'm on the treadmill. I'm smelling it. I'm looking at it. It looks like, so I go into the kitchen, and it's a mushroom burger from Whataburger, and I just crushed it, and it was freaking fantastic.
That's so funny. It was Grant's fault that I went in and took a milkshake.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to just pass because I'm trying to eat good. And Grant was like, "This is the best milkshake I've ever had."
Yeah,
you sold it to all of us, dude.
Between the burger, which tasted like
heaven,
I don't even. It was just the amazing mushroom Swiss burger, and the banana shake. The banana shake was probably the best shake I've had in my lifetime. So shout out to Whataburger. What's up?
Yeah, I'm so blown away by what. I remember a couple months ago they brought in chapstick. I still use my Whataburger chapstick.
Hey, do you want to hit up Whataburger after the show, Johnjay?
How dare they?
By the way, this isn't a Whataburger commercial. We're just telling you because I also want to get into. You were at Barrio Queen the other day.
Yeah, we went to church, me and my family, and this was when my dad was still in town. And there was 13, 14 of us. And after church, we're like, we should go get dinner somewhere. And my sister suggested Barrio Queen. And I was like, oh, yeah, I know they do different deals each night of the week. So we should totally go. I haven't been in forever. And I went and we ordered the tableside guacamole. And it was so good, pomegranate seeds in it. We are all so impressed. They had this churro dessert we all shared. And it was just such a good experience that I was like, okay, Barrio Queen.
I see you, Barrio Queen.
Thank you for taking care of my
That guac
family.
is pretty intense.
It was so good.
And their chips are good and hot and fresh, too.
Yeah, and they're thick.
Don't they have more locations now? They're just not the one in...
Oh, yeah, there's lots of locations.
There's one right by in my neighborhood in the creek.
There is?
Yeah.
And where else? Because I know there's one by my house.
Gilbert, downtown Gilbert.
Oh, there's one in Gilbert.
Scottsdale.
Peoria, right? Peoria now?
Dang. Boy,
they're all over now, yeah.
Hey, I can also say, is it Barrio Queen? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, Barrio Queen, shout out. They have the loudest bathrooms in all the valley. I went in there, and it was 4 times as loud as the restaurant. Just speaker right over the urinal, just...
That's awesome, because then you don't have to worry about, any noises you make.
It was jarring.
Was it music, or was it coming from your body?
A little bit of both, brother.
All right. Tanya, hi.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. So you're going to play the game with us for Jonas Brothers tickets, okay?
Okay, I'm super excited.
Okay, Grant, what are we playing?
Well, get excited because we're playing the 4-second rule, America's favorite game show here on the Johnjay and Rich Show. Basically, I'm going to go around the room and I'm going to I'm going to give you a category and ask you to name 3 things in said category in 4 seconds. Rich, could you play what 4 seconds sounds like? That's it. It goes by quick. Tanya, are you good to go?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, awesome.
As ready as I am.
Well, perfect. All right. So round 1. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a bit of a shaman now, and I've realized that time is an illusion, which is why I'm wearing this giant clock. So basically, round 1 is all about time.
Okay.
You ready, Johnjay?
4 seconds specifically.
4 seconds specifically, but all are time themed.
Okay.
Johnjay Van Ness. Mm-hmm. In 4 seconds. Name 3 things that take less than 10 minutes.
Walking, brushing my teeth, washing my face, putting my face cream on, combing my hair.
He is really a skin regimen right now.
Good, though.
I like it, Johnjay. On the board, 1 point. Rich Barra.
Yo.
In 4 seconds. Rich, name 4 or 3 places where time slows down.
Church, the treadmill, and a wedding.
When Rich tells the story.
Oh, shots fired.
You can punch him, Richard.
Yeah.
It's okay. I know that's what you're doing. Go for it.
Nice job, Rich. Peyton Whitmore. Are you ready?
I'm nervous, but yeah.
Okay. Peyton, in 4 seconds, name 3 things you don't want to be late for.
Work, church, school, work. Happy hour with your friends.
Nice job, Peyton. Kyle Unfug. This might be the most important question of the day.
Okay.
Kyle, in 4 seconds, I need you to name 3 fast food restaurants that stop serving breakfast at 10:30.
McDonald's, Taco Bell, and Wendy's. Don't they all stop serving?
It's all 10:30, guys.
Except for Jack in the Box. They're all
Yeah,
all day
that's
breakfast.
right. That's right.
All right, Tanya, are you ready?
Yes, a little nervous.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
Time-themed related 4-second rule. Tanya, in 4 seconds, name 3 brands of watches.
3 brands of watches. I have a Samsung watch.
That's hard. That's a hard question.
You need to not repeat the question. It takes up your 4 seconds.
I know, but you're just thinking. Yeah, that would have been good. Rolex,
Swatch,
Tag,
Timex,
Apple Watch.
Casio.
Apple Samsung. Yeah, that would totally work.
All right, so we got everybody in the studio on board. Tanya, no points after round 1. All right, round 2, we shift into, I've been watching this David Blaine show on the National Geographic channel. It's awesome. It's called Do Not Attempt, so I'm kind of obsessed with magic now. No big deal. Johnjay.
Been there?
Yeah, I'm in it. I'm fully in it. Johnjay, in 4 seconds, name 3 reasons to hold your breath.
You're being strangled, you're going underwater, and they're working on your teeth.
I like it. Nice job, Johnjay. There's a whole episode where he holds his breath. It's crazy. He's just underwater.
Short episode?
Yeah, it's a very short episode. It's about
3 minutes?
about 3 minutes long. Rich, all magic related. Rich, in 4 seconds, name 3 things you jump off.
A bridge, a diving board, and a wall.
I'll give it to you. I had to think about that. I had to process that, but I think you can jump off a wall, no problem.
For sure.
I believe in you, Rich. You could jump off any wall you want. Peyton Whitmore.
Dude, jump off Rich.
Yeah, dude. Peyton Whitmore, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Peyton, in 4 seconds, name 3 dangerous animals that we eat.
Chickens. Swordfish and... No, I saw one of those venomous, what is a puffer fish? Dang it. People eat those.
You can eat puffer fish?
Yeah, you can, but it's really dangerous if you do so.
Ooh.
Dang it. Oh.
See, you learn things here on the John Jay and Rich Show. Stay away from the puffer fish, guys.
Yeah, stay away.
Kyle and Fug. Here we go. 4 seconds. Kyle, name 3 items used in sleight of hand magic.
Oh, a hat, a wand, and a flower. It disappears.
That's good.
I like it. Very nice. A hat, a wand.
Peyton was a magician one year. I'm sorry, Kyle was a magician one year for Halloween.
I was.
It was just all that you just
and
named
John
all
Jay
the...
kept calling me a magician's assistant. And I said, no, I have the hat and the wand and the rabbit.
Find me
I am the magician.
one magician that looks like that and dresses like that.
Tanya,
Yes.
are you ready? This one's going to come at you fast, but I believe in you. You could do it.
Okay.
Tanya, in 4 seconds, name 3 things you wish would disappear.
3 things that would disappear.
Did it again. Have we explained the 4-second part?
Maybe you need to start the clock after she repeats the question.
Yeah, let's give her a chance. Let's give her a chance. Let her ask the question and then start the clock.
Tanya, are you ready? Let's do that.
Okay, 3 things that would disappear. I mean, I work. Maybe I can be a millionaire.
This game is not for you. Tanya, this game isn't for you, Tanya.
Oh, she just wants tickets. Poor Tanya.
She needs the
Was
face.
that the last one?
That was it. That was the game.
Because you know what? There's apparently, Nick, what do you got? Nick, our judge, has got some inside information.
Yeah, I don't know if this falls on Grant or on Kyle, but Taco Bell stopped serving breakfast at 11 a.m.
That means Kyle, who was the winner, has now been disqualified. And now, Tanya, you are the winner
A 35-second rule.
of the Jonas Brothers tickets. Way to go, Tanya.
Thank you. I'm super excited, even though obviously it took longer, right? But thank you, guys.
You got it. Hold on, okay? So we still got Joe Bro tickets tomorrow and Friday. If you want to be our contestant, maybe you can call right now and try to schmooze Nick. 877-937-1047. Who knows? Peyton, I want to get into what you're saying about Chandler.
About downtown Chandler?
Yeah.
It is such a vibe over there. I have never really gone out and about over in downtown Chandler, and I grew up in Chandler, so I just didn't really find myself on that side of the freeway. I went to Hamilton Husky. I don't really mess with the Chandler Wolves over there, so I don't really go on that side of town, but I was over there watching the TCU in Texas basketball game, the women's game, and it's just such a vibe over there. Like, I highly recommend if you just want to go get a quick bite. It's a great time.
There's like 9 bars with beer, craft beer in upscale bar food now.
It's totally cute. They have that Jinya ramen place down there, which is
that's
so
awesome.
good.
Been there.
Yeah, it's really good. And I just went to this Murphy's Law, which is like an Irish pub.
I walked
It's
by.
really cool.
Yeah,
I walked by there.
Yeah, Black Sheep Market over there is really tasty. Yeah, I mean, because it's all right there, John Jay, so that makes sense.
No, that's where I grew up. So I went to Chandler High. So it's cool for me when I walk around there to see how it's developed.
It's
how it's
different, huh?
A nice,
Yeah. It is.
classy
It's so
place. Not
nice.
that it wasn't classy before, but it was just like matter of fact, old downtown. You know what I mean? Now it's like this really nice place.
Popping.
Yeah, love Chandler. So proud of Chandler. What's coming up, Colin? 3 things we need to know.
I'm going to tell you the new feature Netflix is adding just for you. Next with John Jay and Rich.
Hey, better wake up. Wake up. Listen now.
On the radio. John Jay and Rich wake you up.
Nobody said anything about chicken being a dangerous animal. I never heard of someone dying from a chicken pecking. That's when Peyton said.
Have you ever been stuck in a chicken pen?
No, but I think chicken is a danger. If you eat a raw chicken, it wasn't whether it was raw.
I bet you chickens will come for you if they didn't have nothing to eat. I bet you they would go for your toes or something.
John Jay, your idea of Blake's book club name for a book club is probably not the best name.
What was it?
I said Blake's book club. That'd be great, right?
Yeah, why would that not be a good name?
Why, Peyton?
I just read the rest of that text message.
You read it then.
I don't want to read it. You read it. It's too inappropriate for me to read.
It is?
Yeah, I think
well, then
so.
never mind. I don't think so. I love Blake's book club. I love being part of Blake's book club. I can't wait to have our monthly Blake book club meeting. So you got to guess what the initials are and put that together, I guess. That means something else.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway.
Oh, I thought like the BBC.
Exactly.
That's what I was
Yeah.
Like
thinking.
the British channel.
Yeah, but it also means something else
it
in
means something
perverted
else.
people's worlds, I guess.
Also means something.
Okay,
totally
pervs.
different.
All right. Kyle, what are 3 things we need to know?
Your Netflix TV experience just got a whole lot more multilingual. So they just added new subtitling and dubbing. So now you can select from 30 languages for any title when watching on a TV. So Netflix said, so if you're trying to learn a new language by viewing your favorite Mexican show with Korean dubbing and English subtitles, or watching, like a show with family members who speak different languages, you can also do that too. And they were like, this is just going to help everybody with multilingual or who wants to be. It can help you learn a different language.
One of the top 10 shows right now on Netflix is by that guy that does really good really good movies that we like, Haben Korpen.
Oh, yeah.
But it's in Argentina, and I don't want, I get kind of like, I'm like, why would they make it in English? You know what I mean? I'm like, why would they? Because those things are hits.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't decided yet to commit to it or not. But that author is really, really good.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true. Nintendo just revealed some details about their Switch 2. The new console will be available June 5th. This is huge news in my house. Everyone's excited about the Switch 2. It's going to be almost 8 inches as opposed to the one now is like a little over 6 inches. It's going to be a little bit bigger. They're adding new buttons to the Joy-Con. Switch 2 will have 256 gigs of storage. That's 8 times the normal one, or what will be the older one. And a new dock is going to keep the console cool and stabilize performance. Now, I saw this and I got kind of sad because you guys know one of my fears is getting Alzheimer's or dementia. I just think that's so scary, losing your mind. Recent research actually found people who were not married were at less risk than married people for dementia. They said single people just more so are more self-reliant. That could help account for more of their cognitive abilities. And single people also may have a greater variety of interesting and unique experiences, which can also help prevent dementia as well. So, if you're sad you're single, don't be, because it could actually help your health in the future. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Good morning, Portia. How are you?
Hi, guys. Good morning. So, not to change the subject or anything, but I saw on John Jay's Insta, or the show's Insta, that Blake got a face tattoo.
Yes.
I can't tell whether or not it's real or fake, but are we just going to glaze over that? Why is nobody talking about that?
We can't judge people for wanting to get tattoos. Peyton's got several tattoos. We don't judge her. And Blake wanted to show that she was mine, that I owned her. That's what she wanted, that she's a piece of property.
Wow.
So she put my name on her forehead.
Get real.
Portia.
It's not real.
No, I said that's what it's about. So it was like, what'd you think?
Well, yeah, right. Don't judge anybody for getting tattoos and stuff like that. But I don't think it's real.
Why would you say that? When did you see it?
Because I saw it on Instagram.
But when?
Saw it on Johnjay's post.
When?
I don't know. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, I've been listening, trying to catch if somebody's talking about if it's real or if it's fake. Is it a big joke? April Fool's? Ha ha ha.
Okay, what was yesterday's date?
So yesterday was April Fool's. Thank God. Thank God. Blake is an angel. Don't ever.
It looks so real.
Ever play with her like that.
Didn't it look real to me? It looked real to me. I mean, the whole
it was really well done.
Yeah, the video is pretty good. When I saw it, I was like, this could have been faked, but it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, the people that did it, I mean, they're just first class, right? Prince. What's Prince's name? Anthony Prince.
Yeah, his name I think on Instagram is like Prince_Art and Ink. He's done a couple of my tattoos. He's super cool.
He is first class, that guy. And the woman who owns it, Rochelle, she owns it. That tattoo parlor, by the way, I highly recommend everybody just go look at it as a museum. Mm-hmm. You walk into this tattoo parlor, there's a huge TV. It looks like you're walking into a human tattoo. The walls are done up, all these pictures, the artwork. This woman, Rochelle, she has tattoos over her whole body, and they're all of 80s horror killers.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's so well. And then she has on her hip her dog.
Huh.
Yeah.
I think what was so trippy and what threw people off, Johnjay, about the Blake tattoo is that there was a little bit of redness. That it was like, that could be real. It really did look that way. I had to watch it a couple times, and I didn't even know you were going to go do that. But
the name of the tattoo parlor, I think, is called Ritual Addictions, 6766 West Glendale Avenue in Glendale. Go check them out. Portia, go get a tattoo on your forehead. I'm hoping to start a trend of Johnjay tattoos on foreheads.
No.
Not for Portia.
We're with Portia.
You can see it on my Instagram, John J. Van Ness. Also on my Instagram, I almost didn't want to post it last night. I put my skincare ritual together, and I was like, I hope they don't think this is an April Fool's Day joke. And then I thought, why would they think that? This would be the worst April Fool's Day joke. Here I am putting sin cream on my face. But I did it. And it was funny because I enjoyed the comments from Justin, the founder of Skin Better. He made a comment on there because he says I'm using too much, but my face is so big, it doesn't cover the surface of my face.
Right,
he's got to know that you need to adapt all things.
So I was putting it on, and I'm like, I need more because my face is humongous. So anyway, you can see it, John J. Van Ness on Instagram as well.
Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.